Hello, welcome back. My name is Sebastian. I live in this 1985 Volkswagen Vanagon, and today we are, we're kind of stranded here in northwest Wyoming, and I've been here for 6 days now, and I'm kind of losing my mind. The only place I go, I've gone into town once and I've gone on one hike, and I've been going to work on my scheduled days to work. For those of you that are new here, I do live in this van and I work here in northwest Wyoming. I was just gonna stick around for the winter, but now it's looking like I'm gonna stay for the summer. Now, unfortunately, yes, I have been stranded here, and yeah, I'm kind of losing my mind. But being able to bike to work, it's keeping me at ease. It is 11 miles there one way and 11 miles back, and it's giving me a great reason to, get back in shape. So what happened? Why are we stranded here in a random campground in northwest Wyoming? Well, because my turbo has completely seized. And we'll get to that once I finish making my dinner, because I'm starving. Super simple tacos tonight because I did cook up some tacos yesterday. It was half a pound of ground beef and with the taco seasoning in it, and I'm just reheating what I didn't eat yesterday. Now, luckily, I am camped out here in a beautiful area. It might be pretty random, but it is a close proximity to work for me, so I could hop on my bicycle and bike there at 4 in the morning and get there by 5 in the morning and work my 10-hour shift and bike back after work, and everything's fine. I'm pretty self-sustained here in the van, so I have food, I have enough water. I could use a little bit more, but it's enough for now. And yeah, I've got my bed, I've got clean clothes. My friend took me into town the other day so I could wash my clothes and get more food. But other than that, I'm pretty secluded out here. Okay, so you might be wondering what happened. I was on my way into town the other day from work so I could go to this chili cook-off thing downtown Jackson, Wyoming, and my turbo, or no, I didn't even know it was the turbo. I was driving and all of a sudden I had a really big loss in power, not something I have felt before. So I pulled off the side of the road and checked my check engine light and it looked fine. I cycled the ignition a couple times because the van did die. And when everything looked fine, I didn't get out of the van or anything. I tried starting it up again and it started and idled perfectly. I usually like to pair this with scrambled eggs, but I ran out of those yesterday, unfortunately, because it's just a good source of protein. Today is just avocado with taco meat, and that's pretty much it. Simple but delicious. We're partying tonight. So the van started up completely fine, and once it was running, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just throw it in gear, get back on the road and continue on into town, or just to the nearest pull off at least, and then assess the situation. I think I went like 50 feet after that and it died again. So I pulled off of the road again and I didn't try and start it. I got out of the van, checked in the back, and there was oil everywhere. I have no idea where this oil is coming from. I don't know why, but my first thing to check was the turbo. I pulled out a flathead and pulled my turbo inlet off and checked the turbo inlet, and I tried spinning the vanes in there, and nothing. So I'm on my way into town from work, and you'll never guess what just happened. My turbo on my engine, my TDI, just seized. I'm still on the side of the road waiting for some help. This is not ideal. Not too sure what the plan is, but we'll figure this one out. It was completely seized. It wasn't doing anything. I'm like, okay, well, now I'm stuck here. I didn't even make it maybe 5 minutes away from work. Great. I called up my friend Tyler. Luckily, he was just finishing up at this chili cook-off in town, and he was like, I know you have a rope. I'll just come and flat tow you. And I'm like, perfect. So he was on his way, and now I had to figure out where the hell I was gonna go. Okay, I just got the rope on the front of the van, so my friend Tyler is on his way. He's going to tow me somewhere, not too sure where. Oh, there he is. There he is. Now we just gotta figure out where we're going here, because I just want to be off the side of the road. Wish my Sunday was going better, but you know what? We live and we learn, I guess. I don't even know. I'm sure whatever it is my fault. So we'll take a look at it in a little bit. I just want to get somewhere off the side of the road and take a look at it and go from there. I could take it to a storage yard or a mechanic. I didn't want to do any of those things, so I came up with the crazy idea to tow it out here, which is 11 miles away from work and an actual campground. It's a free dispersed campground on National Forest lands, and I figured this would be the best option. Tyler had the idea of towing it to the airport, which would have been super easy for me just to wake up and I'm already at work. But I didn't want to overstay my welcome in the airport parking lot, and I just don't see that ending in any sort of positive note. All right, Tyler is towing me to a campground that I've decided to stash the van at that's not too far away from work, so I could just ride my bike there in the morning for the next couple of days, and then I'm gonna order a new turbo tonight, and hopefully you guys here sometime this week. I honestly have no idea. I was not planning this, so we'll see what happens, but here's the current situation. We'll see. So Tyler pulled me straight into this spot, and this is where I've been ever since. Luckily, I do have friends here, so once I finished up my work week, we went out for a hike in the Grand Teton National Park, first one of the season, and it went pretty good. We saw a bear, we saw a cool alpine lake that was completely frozen over, and then they came and dropped me back in this spot, and I spent the rest of my days off pondering my life decisions. Where's that yawn?
Oh yeah. It's like, how do you know Jaden? I was like,
yeah. Even if it goes completely against what I believe it.
Influencer in the wild, guys.
in the water, says you.
And there's Bryce over here. Fertilizing.
Fertilizing the earth. Sebastian, you can pass me. Yes.
Yeah. It's making the vlog.
Can you take a picture of us?
Yeah. Keep it looking natural. Now I was able to get the turbo and turbo manifold off of the engine, and I actually discovered what the hell happened. My week hasn't gone like I thought it would. My turbo blew up in my van. But now I have some time and I'm gonna take a deeper dive into actually what happened. I have a turbo, right? The oil is supposed to be feeding into the turbo and then draining back into the oil pan. The turbo line that feeds the turbo with oil was routed in such a way where it was sitting on top of a wire. The wire came from the alternator and went to the starter. That was resting on top of, well, a piece of metal. And the piece of metal had the wire on top of it, and on top of the wire was the turbo oil feed line. Now, unfortunately, my negligence didn't think to zip tie that wire out of the way. So I guess with a little bit of pressure with the turbo oil feed line pressing on the wire, that was just enough. And with the vibrations of the TDI, that was just enough to wear through the sheathing of the wire. And it got hot enough once it grounded out to where it melted the turbo oil feed line completely. And that burnt up the turbo. And once that happened, my engine shut off and I turned the ignition off, luckily. If that wouldn't have happened, if the oil turbo feed line wasn't resting on top of that wire, things could have ended a lot worse, a lot more badly, because then my engine would still be running, the ignition would still be on, providing that wire with 12 volts of electric current and getting hotter and hotter when it was grounded out on that piece of metal. I could have burnt this van to the ground. So here's a reminder to check all those loose wires and weird rooted wires on your custom setup so you don't burn your engine to the ground, so you don't burn your van to the ground, and you don't burn up stupid things like a brand new turbo that cost $1,000 and you have to ship it from Europe during Memorial Day because I mean, I could have the turbo right now, but it's Memorial Day. It's the Memorial Day weekend, turns out, if you didn't know. Now I do, because I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And here we are with the beautiful sunset view of the Grand Teton mountain range. I'm only complaining because I'm losing my mind. So that's the bad news, that I'm stranded here with a blown up turbo and a van that doesn't run, and I have to bike over 20 miles to and from work to work 10-hour shifts every every day for only 4 days a week, which is fine. The good news is I have scheduled an appointment for next month on the 10th to get a new roof. Do I want to tell you guys that yet? No, more on that later. On another note, I've been working with brands. You guys all know and love IceCo. They sent me a little 6-year anniversary gift box. These people are awesome. So I've got a little bag here. This is pretty cool. Check this out. So it's a IceCo branded, what do you call this? Water pump for your sink. So this line goes on the bottom, and then it goes in any water source, like in a cup or something, and you press the button on top, and it just pours out water. Water pump pour with the USB-C charger. Pretty cool. It's got a couple carabiners and an ice cube tray. And these are nice. I thought these were just regular Ziploc bags, but they are reusable Ziploc bags with the IceCo branding on it. That's awesome. I really like working with companies that are just good people. They also gave me a dog bowl, but I gave that to my friend Tyler because he has a dog. And it's a really nice quality dog bowl, so he's definitely going to be using that. And yes, I still have a discount link for IceCo. If you want to purchase anything on the IceCo website, you can use code WESTY and get a nice little discount off of your purchase. Seriously, guys, I could use all the help I could get. With that being said, I think you guys are all caught up. I broke down, my turbo is completely seized. I ordered a new one. I'm still waiting on it. IceCo is a great brand. They sent me a gift box, and you can use the code WESTY to get a discount. And I might or might not be doing something with my roof next month. I don't know where that came from. If you liked this video, it's just a quick update because I had no energy this week to film anything. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you guys next week.